It's Week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the 49ers veteran quarterback. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the 49ers and the Browns. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Fun times in Cleveland ahead as we join you by the Lakeshore here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into... Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback, highly decorated out of Stanford, Kevin Hogan.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Hogan now. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Now Hogan. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This defense for the Browns very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout the ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On fourth down, Dom Maggio out to punt. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by someone who needs less introduction than any player in the league. A Super Bowl champion, the league's most valuable player for a second time, Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing now is Mahomes. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down. The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves him with options here on 2nd and just a yard.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, it still goes down as 4, not 9.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds. Well, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Edmonds again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Hubbard is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Hogan.
Odell Beckham. He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
Touchdown, 49ers. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Niners are an extra point away from evening this one up.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
3rd and 9 here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Back deep is Britton Covey. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
You look at this Browns defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Dom Maggio now.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd down and 10.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Mahomes.
They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
And they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right back to Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They'll run on first down with Hubbard. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Browns on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chase Lucas. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Hogan.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now a toss. Hubbard going left.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail them from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Dances by him. 45 yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 3rd and 4.
Now here's Mahomes.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A.J. Brown His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Runs good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage?
Now the pressure gets to Hogan, and he goes down on a sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at it. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throw complete right side the course. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The kick by Lutz is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use keys that kind of worked for us during this game, try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Powering his way forward, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Try the right side with Mitchell.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a 4-10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin them back here at the 7-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Hogan now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Hogan.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Niners set to take over on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
We'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, you pointed out to me at half. Seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on standing their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yards on the punt, 7-yard return,
and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes
to Jefferson on the slant.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Ooh, the juke. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith. 63 yards receiving for him now. That last catch good enough for a first down. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Well, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and a yard.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that went off the mark. A little late with a throw. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Mitchell impressing with that carry, and it speaks to the kind of player he is. The San Francisco still made room for him in their offense after acquiring Christian McCaffrey. The only thing that slowed him down so far, injuries. Defenses, they haven't had much effect on him.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Niners on third down. Not getting the job done at all. Very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Hogan. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try to move forward. That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect them to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And taken right at the 35. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Pass complete there to Nakula. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Hogan has a short one to the tight end Johnson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And look at this. They get the
especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st and 10, Hogan quickly into the hands of Beckham. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. A handoff from Mitchell running left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5. Looking to throw. Hogan. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and
Touchdown! Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have taken a fourth quarter lead. Charles, what a big drive late in the fourth quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the fourth quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by a field goal a little under a minute to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Mahomes. And that's complete to Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd and 6 coming up. Mahomes completes this to Jefferson. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Mahomes will throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. A quick throw there is incomplete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
This certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for San Francisco, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.